Hi, thanks for joining me in another video. Today we're diving into the 2025 Chevrolet Blazer EV, a sporty electric SUV with striking looks and a whole lot of tech. We're here to see if this Blazer really blazes a trail in the electric vehicle market. Let's go. The Chevrolet Blazer EV is based on GM's Ultium platform and adds to Chevy's growing electric lineup. The Blazer EV starts at $44,600 for the base LT trim and $60,600 for the SS trim. Today we've got the option in the middle, the RS, which starts at $49,900. Depending on the configuration, the Blazer can get up to 334 miles of range. By the way, the Blazer EV has a lot of powertrain configurations, which can become complicated. For certain trims, you're able to choose from rear, front, or all-wheel drive configurations. This RS is an all-wheel drive model, so we're looking at a lower EPA estimate of 283 miles. As for charging, Chevy states it can get up to 80 miles of range and 10 minutes on the appropriate DC fast charger. I got to briefly test drive this vehicle at the 2024 LA Auto Show, but now I get to know this car a little better. The Blazer EV sports a sleek yet bold design, with the RS trim standing out thanks to its bold black grille featuring stamped wave patterns and black accents throughout. The LED lighting is a showstopper with striking front lights, a full-width light bar, and an illuminated Chevy emblem. On the side, the charging port is cleverly hidden, revealed with a powered auto-opening door, like in the Cadillac Lyriq. Man, that is pretty slow. As for the door handles, there's nothing flashy here. I joked about their simplicity in my Honda Prologue review, but honestly, a classic design has its advantages. It's easier to grip and straightforward to use. The RS trim also rides on eye-catching 21-inch wheels that complement the Blazer's sporty stance. However, one thing you won't find here, or in most GM-built EVs for that matter, is a frunk. As for cargo, this EV has 25.5 cubic feet of space behind the rear seats, and folded down it goes up to 59.1 cubic feet. It's wide but not very deep. Overall, it's slightly smaller than something like the Mustang Mach-E and Tesla Model Y. Nevertheless, I can still fit a few carry-on and check-in size luggage. Step inside and you'll find a modern and spacious cabin. The centerpiece is this massive 17.7-inch touchscreen paired with an 11-inch driver informational display. The screen is responsive, colorful, and intuitive to use. However, there's a downside. It doesn't support Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which might be a disappointment for some potential buyers. Instead, Chevy offers SiriusXM and Google built-in, allowing you to download apps like Spotify directly from the Play Store. The interior materials feel premium. The RS trim I'm reviewing comes in a bold black and adrenaline red color palette, accented with perforated suede seats. The center console takes on a more traditional design versus other EVs that have the floating console. In terms of functionality, there are 4 USB-C ports, 2 in the front and 2 in the back, and a wireless phone charger, making it easy to keep your devices charged up on the go. The front seats are supportive and comfortable, with heating, ventilation, and an 8-way power adjustment for the driver's seat. And for those who like to sit higher like me, these adjust quite a bit. The rear seats, while decent, could use a little more cushioning for longer drives, but overall are comfortable. And for certain trims, you can have the back seats heated, like this one. It also features a flat floor, so your middle passengers will have adequate legroom. Let's start our drive with the range check-in. The odometer is at 2,478 miles and the battery is 100% charged. Let's test out our range. You'll quickly notice there isn't a button to start the car. All you have to do is have your key inside of the cabin and push on the brake, and your car will be ready to go. The best way to start any EV. You can customize your regenerative braking levels from high, normal, and off. And it also has one-pedal driving, so 5 stars for that. I recently did a review of the Honda Prologue, and the drive does feel different in the Blazer EV. The most notable difference is that in this car it does feel a little heavier, and in the Honda Prologue it had lighter steering. However, both did focus on a more comfortable drive. The RS is decently quick, but it's not zippy. If you're looking for speed, then you should go up to the SS trim. For those that are shorter like me, it'd be good to know that the view over the hood isn't the greatest. From my perspective, the hood doesn't slope down enough and it's kind of long. Also, the view out the back is kind of limited since the window is kind of small. But in certain trims, you do have the option to add the digital rearview mirror. It does well over bumps and the interior is quiet. What else do you need? The Blazer EV has two different battery pack options, an 85 kilowatt hour and a 102 kilowatt hour pack. Interestingly, the larger of the two packs is for the rear-wheel drive and the smaller is for the all-wheel drive. I would have thought it would have been the opposite. Both of the packs are made of lithium cells with an NCMA chemistry. Charging up this vehicle, we have an 11.5 kilowatt onboard charger, which is more than enough to fully charge the vehicle overnight. GM vehicles are still using the J connector and CCS to charge up, but an adapter is available to use at superchargers. Since we're driving an all-wheel drive trim, we've got two motors, one on the front axle and one on the rear. They feature a combined output of 288 horsepower or 212 kilowatts. On the front, we have a permanent magnet motor with the bar wound rotor. On the rear, we've got a standard induction motor. The final gear ratios for these are 11.59 to 1 up front and 11 to 1 in the back. Also interesting is that the rear-wheel drive trim features a single more powerful motor getting up to 340 horsepower. Both configurations should work well, but the rear-wheel drive will be a bit more sporty for sure. How do we do for our range? The odometer is now at 2,747 miles, and our battery is now at 10%. So we were able to drive 269 miles. If we had driven the Blazer all the way to empty, we could expect to get around 296 miles on a full charge. That's 13 miles better than the EPA estimate of 283 miles. Fantastic. All right, let's go charge it up.
Before we get into our charging curve, I wanted to point out that while it's charging, the lights were very active, giving you a visual of its charging status. It's kind of annoying at night as they are super bright. It even does this while you're level 2 charging at home. Anyway, here's our charging curve. We hit a peak of 156 kilowatts at 18%. It held at 156 kilowatts until we got to 22%. Around 58% it started to dip down a little quicker, but then started to go back up again a bit at 68%. We ended the charge at 80% at 61 kilowatts. It took 38 minutes to charge from 8 to 80%, and it cost $38.45 for this session. If you've seen my 2 recent reviews, this graph will look very familiar. Here we have the Blazer compared against the Honda Prologue and Cadillac Lyriq. All 3 cars utilize the Ultium platform. The graph for the Blazer follows similar trends to the other 2 cars. The Lyriq had higher rates, but the Blazer and Prologue were nearly identical. I'll keep adding to this graph when we review other Ultium GM vehicles.
The 2025 Chevrolet Blazer EV has a lot going for it. On the positive side, it delivers smooth ride quality, a clean and modern interface, reasonable range offerings going up to 334 miles, and plenty of space for passengers, especially up front. However, there are a few areas that could be improved. The lack of a front is a minor letdown, especially for an SUV, and there is limited visibility out of the back. There's the absence of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a surprising omission for a tech-focused vehicle in this price range. The Blazer EV offers a mix of style and functionality, making it a potential option in the growing EV market. Make sure to take it out for a test drive yourself and check out our other electric SUV review videos for comparison. Thanks for spending time with me today. Support our channel and check out our Calla sticker shop. Kai is my dog. And follow us on social media at CallasEV. That's all for now, and happy charging.